Kyrie Irving traded to the Dallas Mavericks, a deal that we didn't expect to go down this quickly when Irving requested a trade a few days ago. So the Brooklyn Nets trade Irving and Markieff Morris to the Dallas Mavericks for former Brooklyn Nets Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, unprotected 29 first rounder, 27 and 29 second rounder. So right here, Kyrie Irving, he was having a great season for this Brooklyn Net team, and he really put his head down and put up some big numbers, no doubt about it. 27.1 points a game, 5.1 rebounds, 5.3 assists, a steal, 3.3 threes a game. And on the season from the field, 48%. So right here, Kyrie Irving now going to Dallas, where obviously it's Luka Doncic's team, and he's the man over there. But this could be a lethal backcourt, no doubt about it, for this Dallas Maverick team. And the Brooklyn Nets here, Kyrie wanted out. His contract was up after the season, and they just shipped him off here, and they got what they could. Dorian Smith, decent piece, and Spencer Dinwiddie. So in terms of fantasy basketball, Kyrie Irving, his value might take a little bit of a hit playing with a Luka Doncic, his stats and stuff. Even though last season with a Kevin Durant, obviously, pretty much similar stats, 27.4 points a game, 4.4 rebounds, and 5.8 assists. So right here, I've been saying it for weeks in my videos. You were waiting for the other shoe to drop with Kyrie Irving, and he wanted out of Brooklyn, and the Nets here, you can't blame him, quickly making a deal before it kept dragging on until the NBA trade deadline on February 9th. So right here, Kyrie Irving to Dallas, and now the guy's coming back to the Brooklyn Nets. Spencer Dinwiddie, he was a decent net a few years ago and resurrected his career after pretty much coming out of nowhere and not doing much on the season for Dinwiddie. 17.7 points a game, 3.1 rebounds, 5.3 assists, 2.6 threes a game, and 45% from the field. So Dinwiddie, we know, can score the basketball. We know he's a decent passer of the basketball here. And this season, his field goal percentage is actually up, and he played a good role with the Maverick team. So right now, he'll go to Brooklyn. He'll step in, obviously, as the starting point guard. And him and Kevin Durant, a decent number 1-2 combo for this Brooklyn Net team. But this Net team here, I guess they wanted to wash their hands with Irving and get rid of him and take what they could get. And I think it's a decent package for them. So Spencer Dinwiddie, I think his value go up a little bit here, where he'll have the ball in his hands a little bit more, when we know Doncic was more the guard with the ball in his hands. And Kevin Durant, he might even want out after the season anyway now with Kyrie Irving out of town. And that Smith on the season here for Finney-Smith, 9.1 points a game, 4.7 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 1 steal, 1.9 threes a game, and 41% from the field. So for the most part, I think his fantasy value is going to stay the same here as Dorian Finney-Smith. The last few games, I know he's playing 35, 40 minutes a game. I think that'll take a little bit of a backseat to 20, 25 minutes a game, especially when Kevin Durant is back in the lineup, obviously playing the same positions as Dorian Finney-Smith, small forward and power forward. But right here, he's a good piece for this Brooklyn Net team, a guy under a controllable contract, and a guy goes out there and gives you a little bit of everything on the stat sheet here. So right now is the best the Nets could do with Irving being a free agent, getting a few draft picks in the deal, and getting at least Spencer Dinwiddie, who's familiar with the Brooklyn Nets, and Finney-Smith, who's had a decent career with the Dallas Mavericks. And Morris going to the Dallas Mavericks here, he's not going to do much. In my opinion, he'll be a guy coming off the bench, and we'll see what he could do. On the season, not much from Morris. He's been a bench warmer for the most part. 3.6 points a game, 2.2 rebounds, and on the season, 40% from the field. So he's not going to have much fantasy value, obviously, is Markieff Morris, even though I could see him having a decent backup role, playing 15, 20 minutes possibly for this Maverick team. So the big blockbuster deal going down, Kyrie Irving to the Dallas Mavericks. It moved pretty quickly since he requested a trade a few days ago. And we'll see if he can help this Maverick team make a deeper playoff run than they have in the last few seasons, and for fantasy owners for the remainder of the year, if he could keep up the great play